Respected dear family members, my pranams to you. In the last class, we were discussing about the scientific temper. The scientific temper existed in Indian customs and rituals, Indian spirituality, Indian literature, and a wide variety of Indian beliefs and faiths. Today we will be answering many questions. The questions asked through email and the critical comments put forward by many people based on my IIT lecture and other lectures uploaded in the YouTube. For all the critical, negative and positive comments and questions, I will be answering not question by question but in toto, for which the first part of knowledge that we should acquire is where Indian scientific heritage knowledge can be available, can be made available. Indian scientific knowledge, Indian scientific and technological heritage is available in variety of Indian books. It is told that we have got 2000 foundation literature, about 10,000 commentaries, 2000 foundation literature in Sanskrit, 10,000 commentaries also in Sanskrit, and nearly 1 lakh sub-commentaries in almost all Indian languages. Unlike Christianity or Islam, where they have got only one literature, one holy book, we have got thousands of literature written by thousands of scholars, written during the last many thousands of years in thousands of subjects. One person asked me a question in the 21st century: if these many books are available, can anyone read those books? Will it not be good to have only one book? My answer to that person is that if the content of that book is not interested to the reader, then what he will do? He does not have another option. But here in India, if you are interested in economics, you can go to Arthashastra, Upaveda of Rigveda. If you are interested in Dhanurveda, Upaveda of Yajurveda, you can go through Dhanurveda. If you are interested in music and dance, it is Upaveda of Samaveda, that also part of Indian literature. If you are not interested in all these things, these three subjects, and interested in Ayurveda, the health science, that is the Upaveda of Atharva Veda, that also you can study. Sthapatya Veda is civil engineering. Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharva Veda gives you spiritual textbook. You can go through that. If somebody is interested in knowing the absolute truth, fact and essence, they can go through the Upanishad. If they are interested in the science of literature, science of language, Shiksha, Niruktam, those who are interested in grammar, they can go to Vyakaranam. Those who are interested in Nyaya, those who are interested in Yoga, those who are interested in Sahitya, they can go through that subject. You can see even Indian heritage knowledge are taught in many universities. Ayurveda colleges, nearly 1,000 colleges are there. Jyoti Shastra colleges are there. MA, BA, degree in Sahitya, Nyaya and so on subject are there. And also, if you are interested in knowing the anthropology and sociology, you can go through the Kalpa Shastra book. If you are interested in pure mathematics, astronomical and mathematical books are available. So if wide variety of choices are there, the pupil can select according to their interest. That is the benefit of having many books. And remember, if you are going to a marriage feast, if only sambar and rice are given to you, you do not have another choice. If you don't like sambar, then what you will do? If about 16 or 20 curries are there, you can select whatever attracts you, whatever you have got interested. And coming back to our subject, in all this literature, if you are classifying it for our present purpose into three groups: one, pure literature, pure spiritual literature, where Puranas come, to some extent Vedas come, and other literature like Kirtans and the books written like Narayaniyam, Jnanapana, all these come under pure literature, pure spiritual literature. There you may not be in a position to find out science to a great extent, but still, say for example Bhagavatam, if you are taking, Bhagavatam has got full description of earth and the universe. It has also got the description of atoms. It may not be in the same or exact words used in the modern science, but the concept of the spherical shape of earth, the rotation of earth, revolution of earth, the solar system, the galaxy, these are all explained in its own way about 5,000 years ago or 3,000 or 4,000 years ago. But we have got a wrong impression that these are all discovered by Copernicus, Galileo, Magellan or Kepler or Euler and so on. But thousands of years prior to these Western scientists, we have discovered, at least the concept wise, all this knowledge existed in India. So the spiritual literature definitely give some of the information. Say for example Yajurveda. Yajurveda explains arithmetic progression. Eka cha me, tisrash cha me, panja cha me, sapta cha ma, nava cha ma, ekadasha cha me, trayodasha cha me, panchadasha cha me, saptadasha cha me, navadasha cha ma, eka vigimsadis cha me, trayo vigimsadis cha me, and so on. And geometrical progression is also available. Ekam cha, desham cha, desham cha, shadam cha, shadam cha, sahasram cha, sahasram cha, yudam cha, yudam cha, prayudam cha, prayudam cha, niyudam cha, niyudam cha, arbudam cha, arbudam cha, niyarbudam cha, and it goes up to 10 raised to 35 number. So geometrical progression concept existed in India, and they are given in Yajurveda, written approximately 6 or 7,000 years ago. About the age of Yajurveda, there may be difference of opinion. Well, according to your will and wish, you can take any period before, when it is written or like that. Similarly, Shyamam Chame, Sisam Chame, Trapush Chame, Ur Chame, Sunrata Chame, like this, metals and alloys are mentioned in Yajurveda. Many medicines are mentioned in Atharva Veda, and a variety of aspect connected with the modern life is given in Upanishad, and these are all the scientific knowledge explained in spiritual literature. There are the second class of literature. They are neither deep science nor deep spirituality. Say for example Patanjali's Yoga Shastra. Eka samaye cha ubhayan anavadharana. What does it mean? You see, Eka means one, samaye means time, at a time. Ubhayan, two complementary properties, two properties. Anavadharanam, impossible to perceive. It is just like Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. It is impossible to perceive two complementary properties at a time. The fourth chapter of Yoga Shastra, it is mentioned. The fourth chapter has got the meaning Kaivalya Padam or something like that. So it is mentioned Jatyandara Parinama Prakritya Pura. Evolution of the living being is the fulfillment of the nature's rule. So evolution is the evolution concept existed in India. Vichi Taranga Nyayena Shabda Ulpatti. Through the path of waves, the sound propagates. The sound propagation takes place as waves. So you can see like this, literature which explain science, but they are partly science and partly spirituality. So you can see Dhamanyo Rektavahinaha Chaturvimshati Radida Kulyabhiriva Kedara Rastabhir Dehobi Vardati. Dhamanyo Rektavahinaha, the blood vessels, major blood vessels are 24 in number. Kulyabhiriva Kedara, just like the tube, the pipe take water to the paddy field, the blood is taken to different parts of the body for maintaining the health of the body. This is given in Sarngadhara's Sangeeta Ratnakara book. Similarly, certain words will be giving you scientific meaning. So Sangeeta Ratnakara explained to us about the blood circulation. Then you can also see Hridayam. It is a word given in Nirukta book, Yaskacharya's Nirukta, where Hridaya means Aharati iti Hri, accepting. Dadadi iti Da, giving. Aharati accepting, Dadadi giving. Ayati circulating. Ayam means circulating. So accepting, giving and circulating. Here comes the Hridayam word. The word itself convey you about blood circulation. So we were taught that William Harvey discovered blood circulation. Let the credit go to William Harvey, we do not have any problem. But the concept existed in India. We have to learn the Indian heritage, Indian scientific heritage for three purposes. The first purpose is for our feeling proud, creating a sense of pride in our mind that in India we have got spirituality, we have got sociology, we have got psychology, we have got pure physics, chemistry, technology and so on. Indians were not merely spiritual people or religious people. So our knowledge in different subjects were not that primitive. So unless we learn about the past scientific and technological heritage of India, we cannot inculcate a sense of pride in the younger generation and also in ourselves. It's very important. So we have to learn our heritage, scientific heritage, particularly for inculcating a sense of pride about our country and about our forefathers. Secondly, we have to tell the world that we have discovered all these things. Whether the world approves it or not is not our business. At least I should say to the world that these are all the discoveries or inventions made in India. Many people ask the question, do you say that when only Indians discovered all these things? I never said like that. Indians also discovered many of these things. And Indians have contributed strongly. Even those knowledge are now given in Encyclopedia Britannica. They started approving Indian scientific contribution. Then another group of people asked me the question, till now nobody has told that Indians have discovered that and this and this and that and so on. Now after foreigners discovering or inventing all those things, we start claiming that we have discovered all these things. To them, my counter question is that when if we have really discovered it, what is wrong in claiming that we have discovered it? Whether world over people approve it or not is secondary. If we have really claimed it and if we have really discovered it, then there is nothing wrong in our claiming that we have discovered it. Not only that, another person asked me a question, can you tell me something which the Westerners have not proved and it remains as only Indian contribution? He asked this question with a negative mind because he wanted to say that only after Western scientists discovered it, we started telling that it is our contribution. And till then we have never said anything our contribution. Only after Westerners started proving it, we also start telling that it is our contribution. That is his mistake. He has never studied Indian heritage. He has not even opened the thousands of Indian literature available in mathematics, astronomy, health science, yoga and so on. As long as he has not studied it, he will not know whether we have contributed, Indians have contributed or not. It is the ignorance of the people which make them tell that one. We have not claimed till the Westerners claimed it. So we can claim whenever we want to claim if we have really discovered it. It need not be in 1947, it need not be in 2010, it can be even after 2020 also. If we have really discovered it, we can claim at any time. Whether people appreciate it, approve it is only secondary thing. The fact is that we have discovered it. And the third thing, another person asked a question, can you tell something which the foreigners have not done anything, only Indian contributions are there, where the foreigners have not proved or disproved about Indian heritage. Anything is available like that? He wanted to prove that. If Westerners have not proved anything, then Indian heritage and Indian scientific and technological contributions are nothing but zero. That is what he wanted to prove. That without Westerners' knowledge, Indian contribution is zero. It is wrong. Our Vedic mathematics is purely discovered by Indians. Our Ayurveda is purely discovered by Indians. Our yoga is purely discovered by Indians. Many of the mathematical theorems connected with the sin theta, cos theta discovered by Indians. Nobody in the world has claimed for that. I was fortunate enough to compile all those mathematical theorems discovered in India. Not all, I mean, whatever made me, what were available for me. Particularly Pudumana Somayaji's Karanapaddhati book contains so many theorems which hitherto no Western scientists or mathematicians have claimed for that one. So there are so many knowledge available in India which no Westerners have yet claimed, but they are science. They started adopting this knowledge in their life. Yoga they have started using, pranayama they have started using, Vedic mathematics they started using, and many of the metallurgical knowledge existed in India in Vanga Samshodhana Dhyaya, and in many of the metallurgical textbook available in India like Rasatnagara, Rasaratna Samuchaya, Rasarnava, Rasa Chandra Chudamani, Resendra Sara Sarvaswam, and so on. These books have got English translation and also Sanskrit book. Many of the Westerners have studied it, they have started applying it in their research work. So they have never claimed that one. It is their discovery, it is our own discovery. So telling that until Westerners proved it, we have not proved anything is wrong. So for understanding Indian scientific and technological heritage, first for an Indian, an open, transparent mind is needed. That is what is absent here. That is because of the Western blood in the mind, Western blood in the body, Western blood in the thoughts. When Westerners ruled India for 250 years, we have got that slavery mind, a slave type of attitude in our mind. That is why we always attribute everything to the Westerners. And even if our forefathers have discovered it, and even if we prove that these are all available here, some atheists and some so-called progressives and some so-called radicals, they have set their mind that nothing is available in India, we will not approve that. Whether they approve it or they do not approve it, fact remains fact, truth remains truth, essence remains essence. Whether they shout or scream or cry, it is none of our business to make some people believe that. In India we have got enough knowledge. Whether approved or not, as I told you that one, these are all to be brought to the knowledge of the present and the future generation. So knowledge existed in India, of which the first we have to study Indian heritage for giving the sense of pride. Secondly, for informing the world that we have discovered it. And third, why we have to study Indian heritage? Many of the Indian heritage knowledge can be applied even today in our modern life, including mathematical theorems. As I told you, Ayurveda, yoga, Rasa Chikitsa, and so on. They are all applicable even in the 21st century. So creating sense of pride, informing the world, and using that knowledge in the modern life. These are the purpose of our study, studying the three branches of literature. Three branches of literature. The so-called pure spiritual literature, not that much spiritual literature, and pure scientific literature. Pure scientific literature, thousands of mathematical books are available. So if you are going through the scientific book, it is your inherent duty to understand that the scientific terms used by our forefathers are not equal or equivalent to the modern scientific terms. It is as simple as if a textbook is published in Japan, they will be using Japanese language, they will not be using English language. If a textbook is published in German language, naturally the German words will be used in that book. Exactly like that, if ancient Indians have contributed in mathematics, the words, the numbers, the systems, the multiplication, division, addition, deletion or subtraction words will be fully connected with the Sanskrit language or the then existed number system, not the present number system. For understanding what our forefathers have given in their textbook or masterpieces, it is our duty for making the present generation understand that by converting those numbers and those words into modern English language or regional language, then only we will be understanding. When we converted it to in English language, it does not mean it is because we want to misinterpret and prove that these are all Indian discovery. When we translate something in English language, it is for the present generations understand. Say for example, if I tell you the theorem Vargair Yujamva Dvigunair Nirekair Vargikritaihi Varjida Yukma Vargaihi Vyasam Chashadignam Vivajet Balam Swam Vyasetrinigne Paridistadasya. So you can see very simply Vargair Yujamva. Vargair means square. Yuja means even number. Dvigunai, take the square of the even number. Dvigunai, multiply with 2. Vargikrita Varjida Yukma Vargaihi, subtract 1 from that. Again take the square of that. So Vargair Yujamba Dvigunair Niregair Vargikritaihi Varjida Yukma Vargaihi, and subtract the even number square from that, whatever you have got by now. Then Vyasa Vargair Yujamba Dvigunair Niregair Vargikritaihi Varjida Yukma Vargaihi Vyasam cha Shadignam, multiply the diameter with 6, then divide it continuously. So what we have got here, 6 diameter divided by 2 square minus 1 the whole square minus 2 square, and like this, instead of 2 put 4, then 6 and so on. Then finally you will be getting the value needed for you as the circumference of the circle. Vyasam Shadagnam Vibajet Balam Swam Vyasetrinigne Paridistadasyat. Paridhi means circumference. So for understanding in the 21st century what is meant by the circumference, you have to learn the word paridhi. Paridhi means circumference. Vyasa means diameter. Vyasardha means radius. So bhuja means r sin theta. Kodi means r cos theta. So unless we know the ancient Indian Sanskrit language utilized or used for explaining the scientific terms, we will not be in a position to understand whether our heritage is equal or equivalent to the modern heritage. So the minimum needed strain or stress is to be taken by the reader for understanding ancient Indian system. So when you are studying Indian literature, it is your bound duty to learn the spiritual textbook if you are interested, for getting little bit of the science from that. Then semi-scientific books like Nyaya Shastra, Yoga Shastra, and Purva Mimamsa, Uttara Mimamsa, Vaisheshika, and so on, Darshanas, or Dhanurveda, Gandharva Veda, and so on. On the third part, you can see pure scientific literature are available here. Yandra Sarvaswam gives you pure scientific literature. May not be exact terms as modern scientific books have been explained. And remember that in modern science book, experiment and result, these two are important. But in ancient book, results are more important. As you may be knowing that Dean of the MBA department, Business Administration Department, Dean in Harvard University, Peter F. Drucker, in his very famous book, Essentials of Drucker, he has mentioned that effort is less important, the result is more important. So result-oriented explanation is the one what our forefathers have given in the science textbook, not effort-oriented. It is the duty of the commentators or those who are writing the commentary to give the further explanation. So when you say that Chaturadhikam Chadamashta Gunam Dvashashtis Tada Sahasranam Ayudadvaya Viskambasya Asanno Savrata Parinaha, this gives you the exact value of pi. How it is given? See, the shloka given is so beautiful. Chaturadhikam Shatam. Chaturadhikam Shatam means add 4 with 100. Add 4 with 100. Ashtagunam, multiply with 8. So 4 plus 100, 104 into 8, 832. Dvashashtistada Sahasranam. Add 62,000 with this. So you will be getting 62,832. This is the number available. So asanno savra ayudadvaya vishkambasya. If you are taking a circle having ayudam means 10,000, ayudadvaya means 20,000. If the diameter of the circle is 20,000 and you will be getting a circle with a circumference 62,832, approximately 62,832 units if its diameter is 20,000 unit. And you divide 62,832 divided by 20,000, you will be getting exact value of pi. So remember that if you do not know Chaturadhikam Sadamashta Gunam, how it is possible? Similarly, you can see if you are learning ancient Indian mathematics book, you are expected to learn 3 number system. Aryabhatiya number system, even though Aryabhata alone has used it, the commentary written about Aryabhatiya, that also need this Aryabhatiya number system. So if you want to know the knowledge content available in Aryabhatiya, you are expected to learn Aryabhatiya number system. Without knowing that, you will not understand anything about Aryabhatiya. If you want to know Ligubhaskariyam, Rahasbhaskariyam, Vateshwara Siddhanta, Lalacharya Shishyati Varditendra, Aryabhata Siddhanta or Lilavadi, and so on. Remember that you are expected to know the Bhuta Sankhya number system. Without Bhuta Sankhya, you will not know anything about this mathematics. Without Aryabhatiya, generally it is difficult for you to understand. Aryabhatiya textbook written by Aryabhata 1, AD 909, AD 499, sorry, AD 499, March 21st Sunday at 1 o'clock, he has completed his book at his age of 23 years. It is written in that. So you are expected to know that. And Bhuta Sankhya is important, Aryabhatiya number system is important, and Kadavayadi number system is inevitably important for those who are trying to understand ancient Kerala contribution in mathematics and astronomy. Without Kadavayadi number system, one cannot understand anything about ancient Kerala contribution in mathematics and astronomy. So all this knowledge, if you are interested in understanding, merely saying that Indians have not discovered anything, Indians have not invented anything, it is just telling, instead of Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, it is telling that Jyotirma Tamaso Gamaya. without studying, without understanding, without reading, without acquiring the knowledge, just claiming that nothing existed in India is nothing but insanity. Nothing but insanity, or even craziness or mad. Because unless you study it, then the question will come, why others have not commented? If others have not commented, it only means that they have not studied it. One cannot say that when nobody has commented because it does not exist. It is wrong. Even if hundreds and thousands of people have commented about it, if the person who is giving a lecture has not read all these commentaries, then also he will say others have not commented. So it is his duty to say nothing existed in India after reading, after searching, after understanding, after doing a powerful study or at least investigation whether anything existed in India. Hundreds and thousands of books have been published by Indian National Science Academy, Indian Journal of History of Science. For the last 20 years or 30 years they are publishing all this heritage knowledge. Lucknow University has published many of this knowledge. Kerala University has published. Vishweshwarananda Vishwavidyalaya in Hoshiarpur they have published. But without knowing all these things, just telling that nothing existed in India, that too without having the basic knowledge needed for understanding ancient Indian heritage. If I start telling that whatever I know, whatever I approve, whatever I agree, whatever my leader tells, only that I will be following, that is what is meant by mentally abnormal situation. If I start telling that only whatever I know is correct, then what you will say, automatically you will say that this man is mentally abnormal, so we need not follow him. It is very natural only, as simple as that. So our duty, if you are studying the Indian literature, go to the spiritual literature if you are very much interested. Otherwise forget about it. If you are semi-interested in between literature which contains science and spirituality, there also you can find out the scientific content and technological content. If you don't have time for all these things, pure literature are available. If you are interested in chemistry, Rasa Arnava Kalpa, Rasa Ratna, Rasa Samuchaya, Rasa Ratna Samuchaya, so many books are. If you are interested in mathematics, Aryabhatiya is there, Lagu Bhaskariya, Mahabhaskariya, Bhatteshwara Siddhanta, so on are there. Similarly, astronomical books are there. Similarly, the science of language, economics is available. These books deal purely on the subject. There is no spirituality at all in that. There is no religion also. That is what is meant by the scientific contribution, not what is available through misinterpretation. You can misinterpret and say that when in Quran the gravity has been told, in Bible about the gravity, attraction of earth has been told. If gravity is told, it is to be explained in the gravity term. Say for example, Bhaskaracharya 1148 AD has written a book, Siddhanta Shiromani. In the 6th chapter, 20th line, he has mentioned that Akrishti Shaktischa Mahitaya Yat, Akrishti attracting, Shaktischa with the force, Mahi earth, Yat whichever, Ghastam whichever material in the sky. Guru means solid materials in the sky. Akrishti Shaktischa Mahitaya Yat Ghastam Guru Swa Abhimugam Swashaktya Akrishyate. The earth attracts the solid materials in the sky by its own force towards its own center. Yet Akrishyate Tat Patati. Whatever is getting attracted, that falls down. Same Samandat Kvapadatyayam Ge. The celestial bodies which get attracted among themselves, where shall they fall? Where shall they fall? So this is what is meant by gravity. Merely telling that the birds are flying and I created the birds, it does not mean that gravity is explained in Quran. Birds will be flying of its own. It is nothing to do with the gravity. Similarly, if you are telling something about gravity, solid that is needed there. Viji Taranga Nyayena Shabda Ulpatti. The sound propagates as waves. This is what is to be explained. Anuloma gatir nausta pashyatya jalam vilomagam yaddat achalani bhani daddat samapaschima gani lengaya. When you are standing in a boat and moving forward, the stationary materials on either side will be going back, just like that. Earth rotates from west to east, so the celestial bodies move from east to west. This is what Aryabhata has told. About all the scientific content we will be explaining in the next day. With these words, I would like to express my deep gratitude. This will be uploaded in the YouTube. Try to collect it, give the link to everybody. Let an unbiased, scientific, logical and a rational way understand it, and do addition, deletion, modification and correction. Then for creating a sense of pride, for informing the world and also utilizing that knowledge in the modern period, let us understand our scientific heritage. So we are the great children. Shrunvandu Vishwe Amritasya Putra Aye Dhamani Divyani Tastu. The immortal children of Bharat Mata, let us learn it. Whether you are a leftist, a rightist or a middleist, whomsoever may you be, let us learn it either for approving or for criticizing. You criticize and approve only after studying the subject thoroughly. About a particular issue, you study it thoroughly, then only reject it or accept it. Thank you very much. My pranams to you.